So, how do we stop this particular pattern of codependency and attachment? Work with self-worth and value. That means you realize with self-worth and self-value that it's not loving for me to stay in a relationship that's hurting my insides, right? It's causing negative hormones, tense muscles, dysregulation of the nervous system. Now, we cannot blame the other partner. It's a co-creation of the chaos pattern. But ultimately, you need to look at the relationship dynamic and work on it in yourself or as a partnership if you have a partner. Or recognize, which we'll talk about in the next portion here, if the person is actually suitable to be with you. So work with self-worth and value by recognizing that it's not fair to you and your insides to be in a toxic pattern. And the last thing I want to say, Jill, about the fifth process of what to actually practically do is working with core belief systems. So this has to do with internalizing the belief system that you deserve to be treated in a way where you feel safe and secure and ease with yourself. And, this is easy to say, but when we talk about core belief systems are internalized views that we have of the world, of our relationship with other people, and of how relationships are supposed to be. And these belief systems come from childhood and what we saw growing up. So they can be so embedded in our psyche that we are simply reacting to our beliefs about the world, and we feel like they're just automatic. So working with core belief systems is, I think, the most fundamental thing you need to do to look at, why am I attached to these unhealthy relationships? And chances are, you have a core belief system that has to do with the fact that love needs to be chased. I can't receive love. I need to earn love. I need to prove that I'm worthy of love. All these belief systems that you've created that are now attracting to you a chaotic environment. So these are the 5 processes of, I would say, of working with, unhealthy attachment patterns.
All right. Then we also have to talk about the confusion storyline, right? Which is, I love them, they love me, then their actions hurt me. And sometimes their actions make me feel like the most special person in the world. Why is it kind of like the person you're dating is like 2 different people, or maybe even 3, right? So sometimes it's amazing and sometimes it's so horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. I find this a lot even when I work with people that have been in abusive relationships, or, friends I've had who've been in abusive relationships. It's like, they say this person made me feel like the most special person, and I had such an amazing experience with him. He makes me feel so loved. He's so affectionate. He's so kind. And then something happens, and then he's yelling at me, and he's maybe even abusing me, right? So, this is a heavy topic, but it's something that we see all the time. It is
Mm-hmm.
so confusing for that woman or that man that's in the abusive relationships, because they're like, I thought like this person feels like he's such a kind, loving person. So what's really going on here is that we have 2 kinds of personalities, the integrated personality and the unintegrated personality. So when we start off in a relationship, um, basically we have moments with this person where he or she might be integrated with his true self, his heart, and his higher self. And that happens at the beginning of the relationship. The traumas, the unprocessed emotions have taken a back burner. So the person can show up with you in a space of being fully in the present moment and fully in their heart space. And in that moment, you get a glimmer of their divine self, like something quite amazing and spectacular. You feel magical in that moment. But then what happens is, in the next day or the next moment, when they're operating day to day from their human personality has unresolved emotions, unresolved trauma, unexplored aspects of the self, parts that have not been grown, so much so that the human personality has this layer of emotions that is covering their true self or their integrated heart self or higher self.